By the end, I literally walked out of the place after the third 40-minute long interview. I walked out, called my mom, and just started crying. Hi, my name is Jasmine, and today I'm going to tell you my job interview horror story. I'm going to set up the scene for you. This was during a time of my life where I call the grind time. This is when you're taking jobs that you don't want to take, that you're overqualified for, or that you're underqualified for and you don't know what you're doing, but you just need money. So I just got out of my second process of schooling. I went to college, then went to another school. I just graduated and I'm like, I need a job, like a full-time job. But I was like, I need a job in what I love and in what I want to do. So, I was looking at the fashion industry. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna apply for this job. On the job website through my school, it was just one full-time job, like something working in like a factory that made like nail polishes, eyelashes, a whole bunch of like little cosmetic stuff, and you would be working with the creative team and the buying team. And I was like, okay, I went to school to be a buyer. I love being creative. You know what? Maybe I'm set for this. At the time, I also didn't have a car, so I took a 40-minute Uber, got there, waited. It was like a really big, like cool factory. So they take me to this room, and you know, I feel mentally prepared. I was kind of in my grind journey at like, this would be like the last of it because I was determined to get a job, and I was also like, I've interviewed so many places and none of them worked out. So the woman comes in and it's a typical interview. I sit, I talk about whatever I've done in school, what my passions are, quizzes me on some stuff like how I would handle situations. It lasted about 30 to 40 minutes and I was like, all right, I'll see you later. Hopefully I'll hear from you. You know, and then she was like, no, just sit right here and the next interview will start in 5 minutes. And I was like, the next interview? Like, did I already get a second interview? No, they were apparently interviewing for several like different positions in the company in different like areas. So I only thought I was interviewing for one, but really I was interviewing for more than one. So then I was also thinking like, okay, second interview, maybe this will be different. No. Somebody else came in and I did the exact same thing, the exact same questions as the last one. So it was another 40 minutes. And I was like, okay, you know, 2 interviews, that's great, you know, knock them out, whatever. I'll see you later. And they were like, okay, your next interview will start in 5 minutes. This was my third almost hour-long interview of me saying these same things over and over again. And then the third one started. I really think the person could really tell I was just like, yeah, and I graduated here and I studied this. By the end, I literally walked out of the place after the third 40-minute long interview. I walked out, called my mom, and just started crying. I got the job. I didn't take it because I got offered an internship here. It was a risk because this job legit was like very good. It had my salary, it had benefits, it had everything, and I took a job to be an intern. And that was my job interview horror story.
I'm Shaquita, and this is my job interview horror story. Just graduated, Houston, Texas, broke as heck, and looking for a job. I studied film, but I was trying to be a receptionist. I was trying to work in like a nice restaurant, like a steakhouse with big tips. I was like going everywhere. My confidence level with this interview was really high. So I've never been turned down from a job after an in-person interview. So far, we've been talking via email. It seems like a great opportunity. It's a major insurance company. I was just happy to like finally have a prospect for a real job that wasn't retail. So I looked up the building. It seemed like a legit office building. I get there, and I didn't notice this at first, but the energy in the office felt a bit weird. It seemed like everybody was kind of doing their own separate thing, but I didn't realize what was going on with that. So I go into this man's office, we sit down and we start talking. And as soon as he said door to door, my heart dropped. I was like, this is not a real job. And then he started explaining like benefits and opportunities. pyramid scheme. I was burning up inside. Like, I can feel the heat rising in myself. The whole time this man was speaking, all I can hear myself repeating is like, I wasted my fucking gas money. I wasted my fucking gas. I could have been at home. It's Houston. I didn't have AC. I had no business driving out there if I wasn't gonna get the job. You know, sweating for no reason in a hot box in Houston, Texas. Like, that's not fun. The whole time he's talking, that's what I'm saying to myself. I never contacted this man again. He just wanted me to go door to door and like try to sell insurance and convince people to sell it with me. This isn't the safest job for a woman to be walking up to people's doors on the street. So I think it was more of like, okay, I'll think about it. I'll get back to you. I remember being really polite to him, but the whole time in my mind, I was cursing him out. I ended up working at a limousine company doing marketing and reservation. Even that opportunity seemed a little fishy at first. At that time, like, the internet job boards weren't as good as they are now. So you guys are at a much better advantage than I was when I was first coming out of college. But definitely do your research on these companies because that could have been a really shicey situation. I'm glad I looked up the building first. At that time I knew to do that, but be careful guys. The internet is kind of scary sometimes.